do this. Some people say that Kamala Harris lost the election because she refused to support Palestine in any way. It seemed like the Democrats had no interest in saying that they were against a genocide. But it seems like the Liberal Party of Canada is starting to learn from that. In the last few weeks, we have seen some different messaging from Liberal Party leadership, especially yesterday from Frank Baylis. Although by the time this video comes out, it won't be yesterday. So why don't we go to the tape and look at what he had to say.
When we saw it happening in Gaza, the same types of horrible images, destruction, human suffering, this time Canada did nothing. We failed in our role. And this is a double standard, and it's a form of discrimination that we have done against the Palestinian people. Now, we can't go backwards. We can't fix this wrong. But what we can do is move forward and retake our position as Canadians, as leaders of human rights in the world. We're going to acknowledge that they are a people. We're going to acknowledge that there is a nation. And we are going to formally recognize their nation, the state of Palestine. And we're going to address this double standard where Canada has always said for decades we believe in a two-state solution, and yet we've only ever recognized one of the two states.
And I think it's important that we consider the fact that there is a changing tide in Canadian politics. Canada's official stance is that we support a two-state solution, but we have never in any capacity tried to actually support that second state. What we have to do is move forward as Canadians and do whatever we can to prevent further death in all places. This is not a matter of supporting one country or one nation over another. We can support our Jewish friends and we can support our Muslim friends. We can support the existence of an Israel, and we can also support the existence of Palestine. These are not mutually exclusive things, and I think the Liberal Party is finally starting to pick up on that. And it also took the NDP a while too, because I've only seen Jagmeet Singh really talk out about it recently. The only person from the NDP who's been talking about it consistently has been Matthew Green. But if we want to talk about the emotional heart of the issue, the reason we should be doing that is because we should want less people to die. We should be supporting a true, safe, and peaceful two-state solution. And part of that, yes, involves us adamantly defending Jewish people, both in Canada and abroad. So as we see Karina Gould try to move the party a little bit more to the left socially, as we see Frank Baylis speak out about this, which nobody saw coming, and as we see Mark Carney also talk about the death and destruction that has been happening in Palestine and in Gaza, we have seen a Liberal Party that is starting to reckon with the fact that when the Democrats ignored Palestinians, when they ignored Palestinian death, when they ignored the children who died in Gaza, they lost support. And once again, we don't have to come out swinging only in support of one of these two countries. We can support both of the two states. That's the whole two-state solution part. And there's going to be a lot of people in my comments hating on me for this video, because no matter how you frame it, somebody is always going to be upset about this conversation. You can look at it from cold hard numbers. You can look at it from a point of empathy. You can look at it from a point of history. No matter how you do it, somebody is going to be upset. But the most important thing that we do is that we never stop advocating for the safety of both Jewish and Muslim lives in Canada and abroad, especially when those lives are children. And right now, with Donald Trump talking about deporting people from Palestine and turning it into the French Riviera of the Middle East, I think it's more important than ever that we have a Canada on the world stage that is willing to stand up and say what is right, that is willing to stand up and fight for what is right. Because I remember a time when Canada being the peacekeepers of the world was a real thing that we actually did. Kids today don't know that. They don't know that Canada. Let's bring that Canada back. Let's be that Canada. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay.